I'm going to talk about sports like football, basketball, wrestling, soccer, like the contact sports, and how many players are getting head injuries, known as a concussion. What happens is the brain actually hits the skull, and it's a serious injury. And then later it can cause brain deterioration, forgetfulness, paralyzation, or even Alzheimer's disease. So I was reading about one hockey player from the Detroit Red Wings. His name was Andreas Elijah, and he got into a hockey fight with another player from the Nashville team. The other player's name was Webster. Webster repeatedly hit Elijah in the head, beat him up. It was a very bad fight, and Elijah had to go to the hospital, and the doctors found out that his brain was actually bleeding. It was a serious injury. And that happened in last February, and still Elijah can't play. He has these really bad headaches, and he just can't play. And then another example is a football player from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he was very famous. His name was Mike Webster. He was a famous football player. He was really good. He had four Super Bowl championships, and he played for many years, and he is inducted into the Hall of Fame. And now he is retired, but later he had brain deteriorations and issues with forgetfulness, and then he did die at age 50. So, back in January, I was reading the Detroit Free Press, and they discussed how many players of these contact sports are getting seriously hurt in the United States. That millions of people are suffering these head injuries and the concussions, and they're fighting during sports that later is causing brain deterioration and confusion and forgetfulness and all these many symptoms. Now doctors are trying to inform and remind players that many of these head injuries and concussions can cause these serious injuries later in life, and these players have to be careful and protect themselves and try to prevent these injuries.